Is it worth updating from the first generation of the trackpad to the newest? Let's talk about it. So let's see what's inside the box. So nice packaging as always with Apple. And there you have it. So it's gonna peel from here. So we have the USB-C to USB-C cable. Really appreciate that. And you have your, manuals and stuff like that. We're not going to look at that. Let's put this to the side and let's take this out. That's good. And let's take this off. I always appreciate how Apple does their packaging. Just some of the best. All right, and here we have it. So this is the black version. I actually have two versions, and I took the black version because it kind of matches the theme. Because this is going to be used on my actual desk with the Mac Studio Max, the M4. So there we have it, guys. All right, so let's get back to the video. So the first thing I'll start with, guys, is I want to just do a quick setup of the Magic Trackpad, and it's very easy, guys. There's a little toggle that is on the unit itself. All you do is going to just switch it on. Once you switch it on, it is pretty much being discovered by the computer. You go into your settings, and then you wait for it to come up on the discovery. Then you click on it, connect. That's it. So what I want to do first is I want to just, put out a disclaimer. I got this for free from Apple. As you guys know, I recently got my MacBook Pro, the M4 version, and I bought this using the Apple discount, the education discount. You actually can use that. And when I was purchasing this, once I was going to the cart, there was a section in there that says you can select one product and you actually get that product discounted off the actual price itself. And the trackpad, I think, was $100 and I think $40 or $50 something. I don't remember exactly. I put it up on the screen somewhere over here. But that price of the actual trackpad was removed from the overall price, and you pretty much get it. I think they call it like a college discount. So I just wanted to put that out there so that you guys know what is really happening and on how comes I actually have the trackpad. So for me now is I want to determine if you're someone that has the older version of the trackpad and you want to upgrade to the newer version, is it worth the upgrade? And let's talk about it. So the first thing I want to do is, as you know, the trackpad is pretty much similar to your Mac laptop. It's very similar. The only difference is the actual size itself, and gesture controls and everything pretty much the same. So what I want to do here is I just want to go simply into my settings. Once I go into settings, I'm just going to scroll down and we're going to find the trackpad. And as you can see here is you have your different pointer and click, scroll and zoom, and more gestures. So pretty much, all right. So as you can see here, I'm pretty much moving my trackpad, and when you move your mouse faster, you can see that it gets bigger on the screen. So what we want to do, like I mentioned before, is go inside here, and we are just going to change a few things. By default, your tap to click is normally off by default, so you literally have to press down to get like a feedback. And on this thing, there's no mechanical instrument on the inside. It's just a taptic, okay? So what you're feeling inside is just a slight vibration to make it feel like you're actually pressing something. So what I prefer to do is I don't want to press and actually press down on the unit for me to actually get any kind of response from it. So what I normally do is I will click on here and turn this on. So now all I need to do is just tap with my finger once, and it pretty much takes care of everything. As you can see here, my track speed is at this, And the click, keep it up medium. My quick pick is already off, and force click, I always leave it on. If you come over here now, which is now where you come into the different gestures, and you have your natural scroll, which if you're on a browser, let me just come up here, I don't know, CNN or whatever. We can literally just use our 2 fingers to scroll up and down, and then you can actually double tap to zoom in and zoom out. You can also do this to clear your desktop, just using your fingers, just swiping up and swiping down. And then you can actually scroll from different screens, and you can get your different, you know what I'm saying? So it's very easy, very smooth, and very tactile and very responsive. That's the one thing I definitely love about the trackpad. So if I should go over to the older version right here, I can pretty much do the same thing, and it's very responsive. The same way with the newer version, it is pretty much responsive. The most I can say right now is that there's a slight faster response with the newer version versus the older version. I'm gonna just move my mouse out of the way and let's move this over. So if we're looking here, if I should use the newer version, you can see how quickly it actually just responds. And if I come over here, there's a very slight delay, not too noticeable. All right, so, and if I use the tap version, let's just do tap. It zooms in, zooms out, zooms in. Oops. So you see, you notice what is really happening. If I come over here now, let's go back over here again. So there's a very, very slight delay in the response on the older version. So is that a factor for you? You can decide that for yourself, whether it is. For me, it's not really. So now we're inside Photoshop, and if you look here, I have my desktop picture right here. Let me go inside. So what it's pretty much saying is you're gonna just use both fingers and rotate this way, okay? So let's just test both and see what happens. And then now you're just gonna rotate just like that. All right, let's just try it with the newer version. Let's rotate. And if I'm being honest, they both, in terms of response time, they both actually feel the same. I'm really not getting, in terms of a response time, I'm pretty much getting the same. So where that is concerned, I think, like I said, it's just like a millimeter in terms of difference that you do get with the older version versus the newer version. So for me, you know, that's a win-win to know that this older version still stands up to in 2025 really well. The next thing I want to really do now is I want to talk about the ergonomics of the actual trackpad itself. If you can look at this one here, let me just turn this to the side, you can see how much higher this one is versus the new one. All right, so there's a nice little gap right here. If you look right there, there's an actual gap right here in terms of the height. If you look right here now, if I should compare it and turn it to each other, you can see how much different the height is compared to the other one. So this one has a more up, right? So where your wrist is gonna kind of rise up a little bit like that. For me, I think having one of these is definitely going to be helping you, you know, to keep a healthy wrist, because I use this with my mouse. So when I have this, I can easily move around like so, and then, you know, have a healthy function or angle to my wrist. So, because the thing is, you don't want your wrist to be down low and you're tilting up too high. That is something that is over time is going to have you have issues with your wrist right here. And I was actually having that. This is why I actually got this. And the moment I actually do get this, the pain in my wrist kind of went away. So with this, it's a lot higher. And I think this one, because of the height, it's definitely a lot better in terms of the feeling, versus if I go to the new one now, which I just got, I have to go a little bit lower with my wrist action. So my fingers are going down a little bit more low. So in other words, my level with my hand with the older one is a little bit like this. With the newer one, my wrist is a little bit more down. So that might be a factor over time that might cause problems. So I would suggest getting yourself one of these right here. And I think, you know, just for a healthier risk, I think it will definitely help you over time with just having, you know, no issues in the long run. And I do like that. So let's just go to the next thing now, which is the cons. The cons for me when it comes on to both of these is if I should go to the newer version and you look here, like I said, I chose this because, you know, I'm more going with the color theme of my desk. You see a lot of black and silver here, and this is why I chose this one. I didn't want to get the white one. So for me, I love the black, but the downfall with having the black, guys, is you're gonna get a lot of fingerprints on this. And yeah, that's the one drawback I see so far that, you know, would be an issue compared to both of these, because this now is the silver. And with this, I never had to really clean it, you know, with this version. The other con between versus both of these is with this one, you have to get like a penny or a flathead screwdriver to actually, you know, change the battery inside here to actually remove it. And it actually uses two AA batteries inside here. And the next difference with this one, I can just show you guys now, is the fact that this now uses USB-C to charge the battery, and they say it lasts about a month or so. I think the older version might last a little bit longer, just because you're using a AA. I don't know, I'd have to definitely do a test just to confirm that. The next thing I really do like is the ease in which I can actually link the unit to the computer, because with this one I can just easily switch it on like you saw in the beginning before, and with this one now I literally have to press and hold for a couple seconds in order to hold it down to get it linking towards the computer. So for me, that is one of the benefits I see with the newer version versus the older version. The other thing I would say, what I think both of these is, if you want to use this with another computer, you have to kind of disconnect from the main computer and then go to the newer computer and then activate it back. Otherwise, you're going to have to use the included USB-C cable that came with it. And if you use this with any computer, once you plug it in, it's going to activate automatically once you plug it into the USB of this into the computer. But for me, I really don't like the fact that you can do that. The one thing, if we just sidestep for a little bit here, I do have the MX Master from Logitech. If you look below this mouse right here, you will notice that it has numbers 1, 2, and 3. I can literally program this, let's say for my desktop. Let's use number 1. Number 2, I can actually use this for, let's say, my iPad, and number 3, I can actually use it for my laptop. And all I do is just press this button and it automatically switches between each. With these, I have to now go ahead and plug in it hardwire to do that. With this one, it pretty much, once I'm closer to the unit, it actually just works. So that's the difference between this one and this one right here. So I also want you guys to keep in mind. So for me, in my conclusion to all of this is, I would say if you have the older version and you are okay with it, then I would suggest you keeping it and not necessarily having to upgrade to the newer version. Because like I mentioned before, the only reason why I actually got the newer version was because it was given by Apple, because I could have actually chosen like a new headphone or something like that, but I really wanted a trackpad because I'm just trying to go with the new color theme that I do have on my desk, and it is the newer version. It kind of matches, if you look here, it kind of matches how it was with the new keyboard that I just got from Apple, and I like that, you know, because if I go here and I put this against my keyboard, you can see the difference in terms of the width. There's a gap here and there's a gap here. So if I'm looking at just the aesthetic side of things, I think aesthetically this is more pleasing with the setup that I have on my desk. So I would say if you if you do have the older version, stick with it. You don't have to upgrade to the newer version. That is my final conclusion to you guys. Because I mean, the drawback I would say with the newer version is it's very expensive. And if you come here, now we're on the site here for Apple, and as you can see here, the black version is for $149. If I go to the white version, it's $129, guys. This is what I was saying to you. If you use the educational one, you're going to get a cheaper price for the actual unit itself. If you go in store, you have to present yourself with that ID in order to get the items. But if you buy it online, you're fine. Just a little inside secret. All right. So, let me know what you guys think of, all of this. Is my choice in terms of, getting the new unit versus the older one a good one? I'm just saying in terms of someone who wants to actually purchase it. You can tell me, guys, in the comment section below if you would advise someone to actually upgrade to the newer version just purely for aesthetic reasons. I would say on the practical end of things, I would say no, do not get the newer version. If you already have the older version and it's working, stick with it. Because if I wasn't getting this for free, I would not be purchasing the new one. That is my final say on that. Let me know in the description below if you guys, agree with me or not. And that's fine, because we're here to learn from each other. We're here to help each other. All right, so if you guys are interested in any of these products here that I've introduced in the video, I'll leave links in the description below where you guys can actually purchase it and actually support the channel. If you guys have actually enjoyed this video, smash that like button, guys. And if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe for more. And maybe this video over here might be something that you'll be interested in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.